The US Army has long made use of video games in order to enlist gamers to join the army. However, a cutesy meme tweet sent by the US Army's eSport account, yes, that is a real thing, has people racing to get banned from Army's Discord and criticizing its use of memes to recruit gamers for war. Recently, chat app Discord announced an initiative to make the service more open and inclusive to communities beyond gaming. On Twitter, the US Army's eSport account, which has its own professional team of gamers, made the mistake of responding to the news with "you" followed by some heart emojis. "You", that's UWU, refers to an emoticon typically used to convey happiness or smugness, and is sometimes referred to as happy anime face. The face is also sometimes used in shitposting. While the exact origin is unknown, it is speculated the first of this emoticon was in chat rooms. But somewhere, it became a sin to the internet world. It is basically banned worldwide, never used in any circumstances unless you want to be attacked. This marked the start of an onslaught against the army group, which, for some, occupies a morally grey area because it is seen as a method to recruit gamers for war through video games and cutesy internet speak. One top response to the tweet, for instance, read, "You please witness and commit way crimes, woo." Since then, folks have started to try and speedrun how fast they can get banned from the Discord in a trollish attempt to protest its existence and recruitment efforts. One Twitter user, Aerodum Corpus, posted a short video of their attempt to get banned in the fastest time possible. They achieved their goal in just 20 seconds. Their bannable offense? Posting a link to the Wikipedia page on United States war crime. But it's not the only thing folks are using to bait bans as fast as possible. It seems that anti-army jokes, or memes in general, are fair games for folks trying to troll the Discord. One user simply copied in the original "you" tweet and received a ban for their efforts. The best trolling came from user Chechen Dancer 20023, and he got past all the mods in server. He wrote, "My dad served in Vietnam, bless him. He was deployed in 1968, fought for 11th Brigade, Charlie Company. I will always be thankful for his service. Can everyone please thank him for his service, please?" Absolutely brilliant. This comment was followed by other comments thanking the OP's dad, most not realizing that Charlie Company was responsible for the My Lai massacre. That was the Vietnam War mass murder of unarmed South Vietnamese civilians by US troops in Son Tin District, South Vietnam, on 16th of March 1968. Between 347 and 504 unarmed people were killed by the US Army soldiers. Victims included men, women, children, and infants. Some of the women were gang raped and their bodies mutilated, as were children as young as 12. 26 soldiers were charged with criminal offenses, but only Lieutenant William Cayley Jr., a platoon leader in C Company, was convicted, found guilty of killing 22 villagers. He was originally given a life sentence, but served only 3.5 years under house arrest. Another reason behind this trolling effort is to actively discourage people from listing. Recruitment has been down for the US Army in the recent years. Maybe it has to do with various wars and crimes committed by the government. In fact, a Twitch user, xcanyon916, said in a Navy stream, "I see you guys are upgrading from recruiting out of low-income schools. Nice." While the recruiter was fielding questions about life in the military from chatters expressing desire to join the Navy esports teams, the recruiter warned xcanyon916 that if they said something again about Navy's recruiting practices, they would be banned. In an article from The Nation about this relatively new approach to recruitment, Lara Bollinger, a public affairs officer with the Navy's recruiting command, said, "Through our partnership with Twitch, the most popular esports streaming site, the Navy has immediate access to millions of 17 to 24 years old esports enthusiasts on the platform to showcase a side of Navy life that viewers may not expect. Viewers are asking our gamers insightful questions, and our gamers are effectively communicating that there is a place for everyone in the Navy." The Army, Navy, and Air Force all stream on Twitch using dedicated esports team. While members of military esports teams offer the regular gaming skill set, they're also on-screen talent and recruiters. Instead of approaching a recruiter behind a table in a school cafeteria, kids can hang out with one who's playing their favorite video games and replying to their chat messages for hours on end. A typically military stream looks something like this. A recruiter, usually a man in his 30s, sits comfortably in his gamer chair inside a dimly lit room, illuminated by a monitor and the colorful LED lights of his computer tower. An American flag hangs on the wall behind his right shoulder. An oversized stuffed animal sits on his left. He's playing Call of Duty or Valorant. He's friendly and talks about how much he loves being in the army. Despite being older than most of his young viewers, he speaks like them. "It do be like that sometimes. We do have some great comms," said a recruiter in one recent session. US Army's eSport Twitter account has a link that would take you to a page titled "Register to Win" with no details on what one could even win, and a sign-up form that, according to a tiny disclosure at the bottom of the page, welcomes an eventual harangue by an army recruiter. It allows people as young as 12 to submit the form, but adds a notice on the post-submission page that recruiters are not permitted to contact a child under the age of 16. Twitch viewers in the Army's channel are also repeatedly presented with an automated chat prompt that says they could win an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, an enhanced controller with customizable options and extra paddles for advanced play that cost upwards of $200, and a link where they can enter the giveaway. It too directs them to a recruiting form that looks remarkably similar to the one mentioned earlier, with no additional mention of a contest, odds, total number of winners, or when a drawing will occur. Justin Hendricks, the executive director of the NYC Media Lab, said, "All parents are concerned about screen time and what it's doing to their children. As a parent, I reckon a lot of us are unaware that our children are encountering marketing messages, influencers, and salespeople in a variety of contexts online when we think they're just playing games." After the report from The Nation, Twitch has intervened to stop the US Army using fake prize giveaways on its esports channels to redirect viewers to Army recruitment pages. Per our terms of service, promotions on Twitch must comply with all applicable laws, a spokesperson for streaming site told Kotaku. This promotion did not comply with our terms, and we have required them to remove it. Reached for comment, the admins for the US Army's Discord did not respond in time for press. Given the state of affairs, whatever is the current world record for getting banned from the chat group won't be toppled anytime soon. The military began using video games for recruitment with America's Army, released in 2002. Since then, the game has received several large overhauls and updates, most recently in 2013. Army propaganda is unnervingly common in the United States, to the point that many living in the US barely even notice it. But the Army's eSport branch continues to receive criticism for its method on Twitch. Its Twitch channel goes a step further than standard propaganda, with recruiters playing video games and leveraging Twitch's potent ability to build parasocial relationships to convince impressionable young people to enlist. The Army's channel is not locked behind any sort of age gate. In addition, the ACLU and other legal organizations have said that the Army's channel's tendency to ban users for asking questions is unconstitutional on the grounds that the government can't legally forbid speech on the basis of viewpoint. It looks like what happened was a violation of the First Amendment. Vera Idleman, a staff attorney for the ACLU's Speech, Privacy and Technology Project, told Vice over the phone. According to Idleman, the government can't pick and choose what comments it allows on a public forum, and that there is a recent history of case law to back up that claim. As a general rule, as established in our case against Trump, if a government agency or branch of the military operates a social media platform or a website and they allow people generally to post comments, then typically that would be considered a public forum. Katie Fallow, a senior staff attorney with Knight, told Vice, "If the Army-ran Twitch channel is a public forum, then deleting comments or blocking people from commenting based on their viewpoints, such as asking about military crime, would violate the First Amendment." As at the time of writing, the latest message in the Discord's welcome channel simply reads, "This page is intentionally disabled." I agree with this whole debacle. Esports should not be a recruitment tool to get impressionable youths. You have no idea how stupid these youths can get when it comes to gaming. They would sell their soul for a new game skin. What is your view? Do you support such practices, or were happy to see what happened? Let me know in the comments below. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this content, please like and leave a comment. You will find similar contents in my channel. You can support this channel by simply subscribing, as it helps tremendously with YouTube algorithm. Keep safe. Signing off.